Okay. So thank y'all so much for joining me for Zoom today. I know it's early in the week and I know we have a conference the next 3 days, and that's why. So first thing I want to talk about today, uh, we had the NTHS officers. It has not been announced yet, but I got the go ahead and spill the beans in my class because we have 3 of the 4 officers in our class, in our group.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
there are 4 officer positions. There's president, vice president, secretary, and then we have our historian. And now our president is going to be Miss, y'all, she's not my student, so either Curie or Yuri Crockett.
I know who you mean. I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know because she's in that chat, in that other chat.
Conversation in the group me that she was she showed some initiative there. She jumped on it, y'all.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. So Miss Curie is going to be our president, and I'm proud to announce that our vice president is going to be Miss Julia Bellard.
Oh,
woo-hoo, Miss Julia.
Congratulations, Miss Julia.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She showed up and showed out for graduation.
Go ahead, girl.
Her application for vice presidency looked wonderful, and y'all, she carries that grade. She's a 4.0 student.
Thank you.
So we're super proud of her. Congratulations, Miss Julia.
Congrats.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so our secretary, could please congratulate Miss Aisha Terrio.
Yeah, Asia, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yes.
I love it.
So, another 4.0 student shows up for every Zoom, guys, participates, and is just a joy to deal with all the time. Always got a smile on her face and something positive to put out to the group. So thank you, Miss Aisha, and congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes. All right, and now our historian is going to be Miss Tiffany Vaughn, and y'all know that Tiffany is here every Zoom, but today her internet is down. So, Tiffany's not with us today, but she'll be able to watch this later. So yay, Tiffany.
Yay.
Congratulations, Tiffany.
Girl.
Yes. So y'all make me so proud. Y'all make me so proud. Y'all just do the thing. Y'all do the thing all day long, every day. And just thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Y'all are what makes my job so rewarding is you guys. It really is. So excellent.
Thank you.
All good stuff. Your induction ceremony for NTHS is going to be on June the 30th. And we're going to be sending out that link and announcement very soon as well. We are going to have our first NTHS meeting next week. So those of y'all that are in that group, officers and otherwise, I think.
Officers and members, yes.
Officers and members are going to come to that one. That's next week. I think that's about it for NTHS. Just congratulations, you guys. Y'all are awesome. You deserve this recognition, and we just couldn't be prouder. Couldn't be prouder.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about our coursework that's going on right now. We are in chapter 5. Y'all started chapter 6 today. The next exam is going to be chapters 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, I know that's a lot in one exam. So I'm gonna we're not gonna have the 20 per chapter, 20 questions per chapter that we've been having. It'll be a little bit less to kind of make up for that. But same format, multiple choice, true, false. I will tell y'all this though. Chapter 6, there is a diagram of the revenue cycle. That's going to be on your exam. You're going to have to fill in some spots on the revenue cycle. And you're also going to do a worksheet on that before the exam comes too. So don't stress about that. You'll see it. But that's going to be the only change. It'll be a lot very similar to the previous exams in this module. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about the blast of announcements that came across on Remind this
I knew
morning.
you was.
Aisha, look at your face. You know what I'm
I
talking
knew
about.
you was. I say, oh, she about to have something to say today.
Yeah. Okay. So just in case y'all didn't know, when I send out a message on Remind, that goes to all 44 of y'all.
Yep.
It is not specific to any one person. I had about 20 of y'all as soon as I sent that message out this morning, talking about if you wait till next week to do something, you're going to be on day 11 with no attendance. I had about 20 y'all say, I was here yesterday. Baby, I know. Not all the
At least they're paying attention.
That's right. They are. They're paying attention. And I appreciate that so much. But just know that, and especially to y'all that are on the Zoom and come to the Zoom every week, y'all know what's going on. Y'all, most of the messages, if it's an ugly gram like that, it's not going to apply to y'all. Okay.
I already know.
I know I got
I just look at the text message, that message, and I did. I ain't worrying about it because I know it's not me, because
that's
I
right.
submit my
That's
stuff
right.
every day, so I'm not even gonna respond to that.
Yes, girl.
Fine.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, not every message is going to apply to everybody. A lot of them do. Most of them do. Y'all know me. It's not often I shoot off something crazy on there, but this morning it was I woke up late and I was trying to get my attendance in on time because I didn't want Miss April to fuss me, and my baby was giving me issues, and then 50 of y'all started texting me at one time, and it was like, it was one of them days.
I just laugh. I was like, she's talking about somebody, but
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's okay. It's okay. I just had a stressed out moment, and I just had to let everybody know.
let
It
them
can always
know.
apply to everybody.
Yep.
So thank y'all
Oh.
for meeting me with grace on that. I appreciate it so much. All right. So let's see. I want to talk a little bit about the extra credit assignments that you guys are going to see popping up. One of them I've already opened up. Y'all know I'm going to Lafayette for conference the next 3 days, and I am going to put out some extra credit assignments that are going to be due on Sunday. The due date is set for Sunday, and the reason being, the days we don't have class, I'm not going to set you anything due, right? But these are extra credit that I would like for y'all to complete while we're down. Unless you're already catching up on stuff, this is prime time if you are behind on stuff to catch up. Okay. But these extra credit assignments are going to be due on Sunday, and once Sunday comes and goes, they're closed. They're not going to be reopened. So if you want that extra credit, make sure you get it done over the weekend or later this week, whenever is convenient for you, but before Sunday at 11:55. Okay. The first one, y'all, if y'all have seen it, you noticed, is the vision board. Again, because our goals change as we grow and change. Things are you're gonna need to adjust things. If you look at mine, I don't know if you paid a whole lot of attention to the one I posted before, but mine has been adjusted. I had to change a few things. For me right now, my health and diet is at a point where I really need to start paying attention and be more proactive where that's concerned. So that's more of a thing on my vision board right now. You also see that I have a little thing that says a new game system, because there's a game I'm a gamer. I don't know if y'all knew that. I'm kind of a techie junkie, and I'm a gamer. So there's a new game coming out in December. So I want a new game system before then, so I can buy that game and play it. Stuff like that. Our goals change as time goes on. So if you did a vision board previously, update it if it needs updating. If you have not done a vision board, have fun with it. It's actually a fun project, and there's power in putting things where you can see them, in visualizing things, right? For me, there's a lot of power in writing things down. I'm a list maker. I keep up with my planner. If I write it down, generally I'm going to remember it better or something like that. So, I think it's a fun project for me. And easy extra points. Let's see. I think everybody has pretty much gotten into SimChart and is doing okay with that. I know we're still having issues where patients aren't patient. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. Give me one quick second. I accidentally locked my husband out the house and he came home early.
Congratulations again, Julia.
And congratulations to you too. You know we got this in the bag. We're gonna do what we have to do.
Y'all are so awesome. All right. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I know we're still having some issues where patients are not being found. Some that you put in earlier and some that were supposed to be in there, I think, are missing. So what I've been telling y'all to do is just do that task using a patient that's already in there. Don't worry about re-entering that information if it's not saving for whatever reason. Excuse me. Just go ahead and do that task with a different patient. The main thing for me is knowing that y'all are following the steps and completing the task. It doesn't really matter at this point what patient it's attached to because they're all pretend, right? So I just want to know that y'all are following the steps and completing the tasks, whatever that may be. Okay. Anybody got any questions about SimChart, any of the EHR exercises, any of the material that we're going over right now? Everybody's pretty good on it. It's pretty cut and dry. Patient information, put it in. You know, it's I find it to be one of the easier aspects of billing and coding, really. And we're about to have a lot of, well, for me, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if it's going to be fun for y'all, but chapter 6, you start getting into claims and claim submission, denials, appeals, etc. So y'all know that's my jam. That's my tea. So I'm all in that. It's going to be fun for me. Again, I don't know if it's going to be fun for you. Because I've got some pretty challenging assignments planned out for y'all. In one of the EHR exercises, you're going to put in all the information to fill out a claim form in the EHR. I'm going to give you the paper form and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to fill it out paper because sometimes that's a thing. Sometimes that's a thing. There are some small insurance companies that do not accept electronic claims. You have to send them paper. And sometimes the VA has certain cases where they're like that. You have to send it paper, records attached, and all this nonsense. So I'm going to give you the paper claim form. You're going to use that same information from the EHR exercise, but you're going to do it paper as well as electronic. So that's one thing to look forward to. Not near as hard as it sounds, y'all. I mean, the boxes are labeled. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's not too bad. Promise. It's something that I've had to do a million times in my work career, because not everybody, including doctors and providers' offices, even some of the ones at big hospitals, don't submit their stuff electronically. They're still wanting to go paper. We had a lady, the first billing job I worked at ACS there in Alexandria, and her job, she was a courier. She drove from clinic to clinic, doctor to doctor, and picked up super bills and charge sheets and brought them to our office for us to code because their office didn't want to go through. It was an older doctor and he wasn't very technologically friendly close to retirement. And he was like, I don't feel like going through all of this. And so the company was like, all right, we'll send somebody to pick up your stuff and do it for you. No problem. So that's what she did all day long. That was her job. She was a courier and she got paid well to do it. Due to HIPAA regulations, she carried around a little locked box. It was like a little briefcase, and she had a little clipboard. In every doctor's office she went, whoever gave her paperwork signed off that they gave her paperwork. They signed off that they saw her lock it in her case. When she got to our office, somebody signed off that they watched her unlock the case. And then they signed off that they accepted that paperwork. All HIPAA compliance stuff, all to keep the PHI as confidential as possible. But so learning how to do things in paper is important. So we'll be doing some of that. Another big thing, no matter where you work, if you work in a medical office of any type, you may end up with a patient on the phone with a question about a bill. And the sad truth of it is that probably 75% of Americans who have major medical insurance don't understand it. They don't understand how it works. They don't understand the terminology. And when they get an EOB or a statement from a doctor's office, they don't understand what they're looking at a lot of the times. I know before I worked in this industry, I didn't have a clear understanding of it. I didn't have a clear understanding of it until I developed diabetes, and all of a sudden I needed insurance and was seeing a doctor a lot and was like, oh my God, I'm paying a lot of money. And I wanted to understand the charges to make sure that I wasn't overpaying, because I couldn't afford to. Who can afford that? So people are going to call with questions about their bill, and knowing how to explain those statements and those payments and adjustments from insurance companies is important. And knowing how to do it professionally while maintaining some patience with your patients is really important. It's really important, and it goes a long way. You get a lot more flies with honey than you do vinegar, y'all, and it's the same way with your patients. When they call, you want to be respectful and professional and helpful. That's what they're calling for, is because they need help. And I've seen a lot of billing people get aggravated and frustrated with people, and because they had to explain the payments and adjustments on the bill. That was never me. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a people person and I'm nice like that, or if it's because my grandmother raised me, so I have, a soft spot for older folk. But I would sit there and go line by, I would pull up an image of the statement that they were looking at, and we'd go over it line by line, and I'd explain every dollar amount. So y'all knowing how to do that is important. So what I'm going to do, I know y'all have heard me talk about my back surgery that I had last year. Well, we had to appeal. We had to go as far in the appeals process as you could possibly go, and thankfully ended up winning that. They ruled in my favor, thankfully. Yay. But I'm still getting statements that are now showing insurance payments because they have to pay, and I still owe out of pocket for stuff. So what I'm going to do is black out some of my personal information, but I'm going to provide you guys these statements in Zoom, and we're going to go over them together, and I'm going to show you the items, how it breaks down into lines and I don't know why they have to make medical billing statements so complicated. It's like it's almost backwards to a receipt. It's like you have a dollar amount and then a payment is negative, and it's crazy stuff. So we're going to sit there and look at it and go over it all. And I want to make sure that that is something that you guys understand and can do. Okay. Make sense? Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Is there anything that you guys want to explore more into, that you guys want to go more in depth with, as far as any of the EHR or HIPAA or claims billing stuff? Anything that y'all want me to focus on a little bit?
So I have a question.
What you got?
Okay, this, what we're doing right now is going to qualify for a certification, correct?
Yes.
Okay, on that certification, all these key terms or more, which you're going to see on the certification.
Yes. But we
So,
also,
Right.
before y'all take that certification, we have some prep courses and things set up for you guys to do practice exams and whatnot that you guys will have access to before you take that certification.
Right. Actually, make sure when you do, I had to reset, they had to redo my SIM chart. And they asked me if I wanted it set up. I said, go ahead while I have you on the line for it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so
absolutely.
we'll see more of all these specific key terms on that.
Correct. Correct. The SIM chart and EHR exercises are basically just to get you in the habit of navigating that software. Your key terms and like the critical thinking exercises and stuff like that is all terminology and laws and different things that you're going to see and hear a lot in the medical community, so to speak. So yeah, both are important, but the SIM chart stuff is, again, to get you used to that technology, that software, and those functions. Because like I said, even though the different softwares are set up differently, they all have the same basic functions to process a claim and get that sucker paid and keep up with patient data. Okay. Good
Yeah, I
question.
noticed like one of the our exercise that we have to do for today, it has the patient ledger when you're talking about putting adjustments and then they have the negative balance. Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
the exercise we have to submit today. It had a negative balance
Yes.
on.
Yes. And okay, so today's Tuesday. So you're not, remember that I got that conference the next 3 days. So technically, you're not going to have any course assignments due until next Monday.
Mhm.
You'll continue on with chapter 6 next Monday.
Okay.
And that is actually the next EHR exercise. I think it's 6.6 is the one where you prepare a claim. And that's the one where I'm going to have you do the HICFA along with it,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. So that'll be coming up next week, next Monday. But like I said, you guys have got, you're not going to have any course assignments due for the rest of the week.
That's what I was wondering if we had to do daily assignments every day.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
You're not going to have anything due at all. So that's why I say this is prime catch up time. And if you want to get in and get that extra credit, that's totally up to you. Now, if you are, the reason I sent out that attendance thing today, y'all, is because I have a couple of folks, days that weekends and days that we don't have class are still counted in attendance. And the reason they do that, like weekends, like if you come to class on Friday and you don't do anything like if you submit an assignment on Friday, you don't do anything on Saturday or Sunday, and then you don't do anything on Monday, come Tuesday, you are 1, 2, 3, 4 days without attendance already. They count the weekends. This is going to sound funny. They count the weekends so that we can count the weekends. So that when you guys put in stuff over the weekends on Saturday and Sunday, I can count that as attendance for Friday or Monday. I can kind of give you some wiggle room there. But that's why they have to keep those days in the count. So if I've got students right now who didn't show up for class, didn't submit anything on Friday, didn't submit anything yesterday. So they're already 1, 2, 3, 4. Today's day 5 on attendance with no attendance. If they don't do anything today and wait till next Monday, they're going to be at day 11 or 12 and you get dropped at 14. For y'all to get over like day 5, for me, is scary. Like I really start to stress out. Like right now, like Miss April that was in the meeting earlier this morning, sent out an email and she's like, why do we have so many students on day 4? Why? She's like, we're about to have a 3-day break. I'm freaking out. So it rolls downhill. So I got to pass it on that, hey, come on, let's do our stuff today, okay? So that's why I put out that announcement on about attendance. Really, y'all, getting that Monday through Friday, that daily assignment. And I mean, it's a really short assignment, right?
Mhm,
Right? It don't take long.
mhm.
Don't take too long. I don't
Takes you longer to type it out and submit it than do anything.
Right.
exactly. It does.
And if you notice, sometimes if you don't submit a daily assignment, because I remember one day, it ended up catching me late and I wasn't able to submit the daily assignment till it was just making like 11:30. And I was like, oh, I'm trying to get this in. But when I heard, as soon as it hit 12:02 and I submitted it, it wouldn't let you submit. It will
No.
give you a grade and I'll give you an F grade, like you didn't show up for that day.
Yeah, it will. I generally I set it to that if you don't submit something by the due date to give you, well, I do that for exams, not so much for the dailies and the labs. If they close, then it shows an F. If it closes and you didn't submit anything, then you get an F. I can always reopen stuff and let you submit it late. If you have a valid reason or you've been keeping in touch with me as you have stuff going on. And y'all, let me tell you this too. We've got a lot of classmates that are going through some really hard things right now. I've got one student that's basically living out of her car and she's a child. I have another student who got displaced from her home. I have another student whose grandmother passed away last night. She just happened to get out of the hospital 2 days ago. She was in a really bad accident and is pregnant, a bad car accident. So we all go through stuff, y'all. We all go through stuff, including myself. And that's why I say communication is so important. So important. Because y'all know me. If you've got some stuff going on, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, do your stuff. I'm gonna be like, how can I help you? You know, what do we need to work on? What can I do? Do you need me to text you a daily assignment so we can just get your attendance in to buy you some more time? You know, but whatever we need to do is what we'll do to get you through this course and get you a passing grade. I'll work with you through anything I can. But so keep your classmates in your prayers if y'all do that. Because we got some that are going through some really hard times and really struggling to stay in the course and stay positive and motivated. And you know, it's hard when life wears you down. It's hard to stay motivated. And especially when it's a course like this, that's something extra, you know, or what you deem is extra when it comes to things like rent and groceries and a roof over your head, you know, and taking care of your kid. Schoolwork is going to be at the bottom of the list when it comes to things like that. And I understand. I don't expect you to put this above any of that stuff. But the majority of y'all are fantastic with keeping in touch with me and letting me know what's going on. And I appreciate that so much. I really do.
That's why I
Okay.
gave that joke that I'm gonna have surgery next week, but I'm still on my shoulder, but I'm gonna still be trying to submit my assignments with one hand. But I'm
And if anybody can, it's you. I have no doubt. If anybody can, it's Julia.
You know she will.
You got that. She's got that.
I will submit with one hand. I'm type with my one arm, because if I don't have to move the other one.
Look,
I'll be under the influence and still be trying to type I gotta get it in.
all right. Well, then
11:55.
I'm not gonna focus on your grammar too much then.
Yeah, excuse her words already.
I'll grade it kind of easy. We'll go easy
Yeah.
curve on that week. It'll be all right. But look, I understand. Y'all, I like the last 3 months, I just moved back into my bed. The last 3 months I've been sleeping in a recliner because I'd hurt my shoulder or my arm. And I couldn't even lay down.
Yeah.
I literally have been sleeping sitting up for like 3 months. And thankfully now, thank God it's better. And I'm back in my bed with my husband.
Mhm.
But it was
Yeah,
rough
you
there for a
wanted
minute.
that.
I couldn't hold my arm up too tight. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold my arm up for any
Mhm.
amount of time to type. It was a one-handed deal for a minute.
Yeah.
But we make it through, y'all. We make it through. It's just all this stuff that life throws at us, it's a bump in the road. It's a bump
Mhm.
in the road. And we just got to get over that bump and keep on trucking. Keep on trucking.
Yeah. That's
All
all
right.
we can do. Cause
That's
cause they want to do surgery on my neck also. I said, that's too much altogether. I told
Yeah, that's
my
a lot.
doctor, he wanted to do it in September. I said, no, doc, I'm trying to finish school and I want to graduate. I want to walk that stage. I don't want to be pushed in a wheelchair across the stage. I want to walk the stage. I don't want to be in a neck brace because I'm gonna be in a neck brace for 6 months.
Ooh,
Because my surgery is going to
ouch.
require 3 different phases. So I have to do I have to go in under the knife 3 times.
Oh
Ouch.
my God.
But
Ouch.
I'm going to do the shoulder surgery first so I can recoup from that. Then I'm going to do the neck surgery. But yeah, it's going to be a lot.
That is a lot, Julia. Well,
Yeah.
you definitely, you're going to be in my prayers.
Yeah, me too.
So I just told them wait till after I graduate, then we could start the process in January.
There you go. There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
Then I got offered a job when I told him, he said, what you going to school for? And I told him, he said, oh, you need a job? Because we need somebody in billing right now.
Y'all,
Go
that happens.
ahead,
That happens
girl.
all the time. I'm
Go
serious.
ahead.
That happens all the time.
I being offered a job when you tell them
Next
what
time
you're
you
going
go
to
to your
school
doctor,
for.
make sure you mention what you do.
Yeah, that's why I say when you're telling some of them, then he even got a nurse practitioner to come out the office and he said, well, that's Julia Bella. She's gone to school for medical. And they both looking at me like, okay, we need somebody in billing right now.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Go ahead.
Hey, letter of reference if you need it right here.
Yeah,
I got you covered.
Go
'cause one
ahead.
of the girls in the office, she said, I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't hire you today because we really need somebody.
That's it. Y'all I'm telling y'all, finding good billing people it's hard. We're valuable.
Go
We
ahead.
bring a lot to the table. They need us to keep that money coming in.
Yeah, because this is a neurosurgeon spine clinic. So
Ooh,
they really
girl.
need
Where at?
in Lake Charles.
In Lake Charles?
Mhm.
I was about to say, if it's the one up in Shreveport that I had my stuff at, girl, get on it.
No, it's in Lake Charles.
Very good.
Go ahead. Congratulations. Well,
Thank
if
you.
you take it.
Yeah,
I hope
I
that
told
works
my
out
doctor, I
though.
said, wait a minute, you want me to work in your office and then you're trying to do surgery on my neck? How I'm gonna do that? You gonna have me come to work with my neck brace?
Look, Julia,
That
one button
might
at a
be
time.
that might be the best thing ever. The best thing ever. Because if it would be your own boss, they
Mhm.
know what you're physically capable of. They know how long you're gonna have to be out. They
Yes.
can plan for that. Um, that might work out to be the best thing ever.
And probably have me doing the work from home for a while till I could come
Possibly.
back.
Possibly. Yeah.
I mean, you get a discount on your surgery.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Look, hey, don't you think that's a joke though? Okay, so we used to do at that office in Alexandria, we billed for a doctor out of Marksville, a general surgeon. And this doctor he was not a doctor that took Medicaid. He was a surgeon, he was a good surgeon, and he knew it. And our office did all of his billing for him.
Mhm.
Well, we had when you do their billing and their coding and stuff like that, you have access to information about those practices. Like this particular doctor, our office knew that his infection rate, his post-surgery infection rate, 0. 0. This man never got infections after surgery. something about his surgical team, and they were on point. So we had several people in our office that started having gallbladder issues, me being one of them. And at the time I had, my daughter was about a year old, and we were both on Medicaid still. And he's not a doctor that took Medicaid, but because my office did his billing, he took me as a patient.
Wow.
They will do that. They can pick and choose, y'all. And
Mhm.
and if you're somebody who helps their practice or their business or their livelihood, they will help you out.
They
A lot of
will
the times
accept
they
you
will
as
help
a
you out.
patient. I hadn't have
Yeah.
that. I had that happen to me by me working in the hospital along with this doctor. He wasn't accepting new patients, and his waiting list was almost a
Exactly.
year. And by him knowing me, he told me, just call my nurse and tell her, you know, Dr. So-and-so said that I'm gonna accept you, and he accepted me just because I worked with him in the emergency room and he knew me.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Our family doctor, I know personally, and of course, medically, and his wife, he stayed for the hurricane. He chose to stay for Hurricane Ida, and it was very quiet for a while. He knew he had COVID patients. Of course, the hospital went to poop, but he knew if you knew him personally and all that, and you need to get in touch with him, it was however you could get in touch with him. But he was at the clinic, with candles and treating you best way you could. He had, I forgot, he was doing stitches, he had oxygen, he had IVs, he was doing the best he could, but it was just come on in, who we knew.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here, just come on. There's nothing, he
That's
said we'll
awesome.
take care of billing and everything later, but he knew he stayed for who he could.
Exactly. Exactly. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying last week about, there are doctors out there that are full of themselves and arrogant and treat people like peons. But the majority of doctors went to school to be doctors to help other people, and they're good people. Um, it's just like anybody else that you meet on the street. Some people are going to be a-holes, they just are. That's who they are. And some people are going to be really nice and helpful and great people. It's a mixed bag.
What is it?
It's a mixed bag.
Our orthopedic in Homa is not the best. I don't know what you know about the orthopedic here. It is terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, I ended up in Covington to have my spinal fusion, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, no, if you're gonna have to do it and you're at such a young age, no, don't do it here. They have
Yeah.
terrible infection rates.
Right. And
Probably a terrible
that's not the
dentist.
place you want to have an infection.
We did. We drove 2 hours for me to do, spinal surgery in Covington because they were the best.
I was really, really blessed when I had my back surgery. Like I said, the only reason that I got in with one of the best surgeons, probably in the United States, one of the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, was because it was my husband put cabinets in his house. My husband's a cabinet builder, So when it came up that I needed spines, when my doctor told me I need to refer you to a spine surgeon. This is not going to fix itself. I called my husband. I was like, I need a spine surgeon. I need you to call the doc. And well, as it went, actually, I think he reached out to the doctor's wife, and the doctor made sure that I got on. The doctor's wife called his office and made sure that I was on schedule.
Yeah.
And
The amazing that Dr. Wives will do for you.
the day that
Yeah.
I went in, I had lost my job because I couldn't work anymore, which meant that my insurance coverage through my job was ending, and I had to go through it with Cobra, which I don't know if y'all know about Cobra, but that crap is expensive. But I was in that process of setting up Cobra. So the day I went to the spine surgeon, they couldn't verify my benefits, my Blue Cross. If they can't, generally, if you go to a doctor like that, if they can't verify your benefits, you can't see the doctor, or you got to pay cash out of pocket for that office visit, right? So I'm like, I'm in so much, I'm hobbling in there because my back's all crazy. And now they're telling me I might not be able to be seen. So I'm like crying, I'm freaking out. And I don't remember exactly how it went down. I think one of them went and talked to, they must have had a note on my chart that he knew me personally or something, because they went talk to him and he was like, you get her back in a room. No. And I got seen that day, without him knowing for sure that I had insurance, but he knew us. So he was willing, to see me, and he knew that I was in pain. And that's the big thing, God, that was excruciating. It was one of the most horrible things I've ever been through. But it's better now, thanks to him. He worked a miracle on my back. My back's probably better than it's been in 20 years. I didn't even know it was as bad as it was till now it's better. But anywho, so anything else y'all wanna jam about today while we're here? Oh, we good. All right, we'll keep rocking and rolling. I don't have much else for you today. I'm about to shut it down and start packing up for my trip tomorrow. I unfortunately have to go shopping tonight and find a dress. I'm not a dress person, y'all. I'm a jeans and t-shirt. I am a jeans and t-shirt, tattoos, and hair up in a bun girl. But we're having a celebration cocktail party for Unitech on Thursday night. So I gotta dress up. So I'll make sure to take a picture so y'all can see the once in a lifetime
That would be nice.
Randy dress.
Yes, we want to see.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, okay, y'all have a great break. Most of y'all are
We
caught
got work
up, so
to
just
do.
enjoy your stinking time off. Y'all deserve it. For those of y'all that are not caught up, this is your time. This is your time. If you need me to reopen anything, I will do that. Just text me. I'll only be available via text for the next 3 days for sure. So text me. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get all the remind notifications. So again, text my phone. Text my phone. All
Are we
right.
gonna have another Zoom meeting next week?
Yes, we will. Once we're back in class. In fact, the Zoom meeting next week is going to be on Thursday. I've already got that's the other thing. In the next couple of days,
Mhm.
I will be posting all of the assignments throughout the module. The whole rest of the module's assignments are about to go up.
What?
Okay. So if y'all want to work on that on the break, y'all can do that. But just remember, once you come back, you still got to do daily submissions. So maybe save the daily assignments for those particular days. Yeah, and I think this module ends on July the 1st. So that's why I'm doing that, because I'm about to be gone for 3 days. I want to make sure y'all have that and everybody can catch up and do what they need to do. Okay.
And the NTHS Zoom meeting is on the 30th.
The induction ceremony is on the 30th, but you'll get an email about a meeting next week on
Yeah, 'cause
Wednesday.
that's, I think the meeting had said,
Wednesday at 3, I think,
yeah,
if I remember correctly.
and it's
But
gonna
it's,
be.
it's in the
what you
email.
said?
April, Miss April Austin
Yeah,
sent out that email.
I came across it. I was like, oh, the day after my surgery, but I'll still make it. I'll be there trying to focus, but
Girl,
I'll be
you
there.
gonna be cross-eyed.
Yeah, she's gonna be.
Well, it just depends on how.
Well, she doesn't have any speaking parts. All she has to do is sit there and look pretty.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you got it, girl.
So
You got it.
she gonna be
Smile
all
and
right.
wave.
She gonna be all right.
That's why I said I'll be there.
Smile
but,
and wave.
They'll, like, just sit there with your lean.
yeah.
You have your
I'll
lean
be-
on.
Yep. I'll be there.
All right,
right.
y'all. Have a great weekend. Text
All
me if
right,
you need me.
enjoy. Okay,
All righty.
All right.
Thanks
Bye,
a lot.
guys.
Y'all have a good weekend.
you too.
You too, Julia.
Bye, y'all.
Bye,
Have fun.
ladies.
Bye.
Bye.